one day directing a Super Bowl game. With Becca up in the air, his dream, along with the dreams of nearly 800,000 recipients, are put on hold.
Long history of free speech dating back to 1950, when the Fighting Stallions were donated to the school and the area around them begun to recognize that words can have lasting harmful effects. The public, whether on the right or left side of the political spectrum, remains an issue.
Thompson Island Bridge, the Pike House, and the theater building at Texas State University are the most notable San Marcos ghost story. To San Marcos in 1850 and built their family home on what would become known as Thompson Island. At the start of the Civil War, both sons enlisted in the Confederate Army. After his final play opened in 1973, Ramsey fell from a platform in the theater. Spirits of Your Own. For Studio A, I'm Emily Ramsey. Heart's content at one of the many eclectic shops.
May find a solution. For Studio A and for Emily Ramsey, I'm Blaine Turner.
While every town has their fair share of ghost stories, San Marcos has a unique draw for paranormal activity.
Yeah, for sure. There's the convergence of the rivers. There is the land itself is full of limestone, which is also conducive to paranormal activity. So there's a lot of draw here for the other side.
Thompson Island Bridge, the Pike House, and the theater building at Texas State University are the most notable San Marcos ghost stories.
I'm standing here on the Thompson Island Bridge waiting for James Thompson to come and greet me. It's said that during times of war, James Thompson will appear on this bridge in his full Confederate uniform with Kentucky long-neck rifle and bayonet.
W.A. Thompson and his two sons, William and James, migrated to San Marcos in 1850 and built their family home on what would become known as Thompson Island. At the start of the Civil War, both sons enlisted in the Confederate Army and made a promise to return home at the end of the conflict. James, however, would soon die from wounds received in battle. Legend says that he still haunts the bridge to this day, waiting to fulfill the promise he made to his brother William. Another famous ghost story for San Marcos features the Pike House. The building has a long history. It was first used as a boys' dormitory, then remodeled by the county to act as their only hospital. Without an asylum in the county, the mentally ill were also housed in this building, and their spirits are said to still haunt the grounds. Years later, the building would be abandoned and turned into a fraternity house for Pi Kappa Alpha. Legend says that several pledges died during the initiation process in a hazing ritual and haunt the area as well. In 2009, the 100-year-old house was burned down by Nicholas Ryan, who received 8 years probation for the crime. Bricks and other building materials that survived the fire were sold, and in some cases, took the spirits with them. I met with one woman whose friends bought some of the bricks.
4 or 5 months after purchasing the brick and having it on the house, they started seeing shadows within the house.
The last story surrounds the theater building at Texas State University. Ramsey Yelvington once worked as a professor and playwright in residence. 2 days after his final play opened in 1973, Ramsey fell from a platform in the theater, broke his neck, and died. His ghost is said to still haunt the green room, waiting to finish his final play. These are only 3 well-documented ghost stories in town. However, with Halloween right around the corner, you may spot some spirits of your own. For Studio A, I'm Emily Ramsey.